Hello, all my relatives, and welcome to Seven Teachings Yoga. This is a space to practice yoga from an Indigenous worldview inspired by the Anishinaabe Seven Sacred Grandfather Teachings. Let's practice together. Hello, all my relatives, and welcome back to Seven Teachings Yoga. I'm so excited to share a class today based on the seven sacred teachings, as well as align it with some yoga philosophy along the way. It's said that the seven grandfather spirits that watch over the earth were looking for someone to learn these seven teachings, these guidelines or principles that help us to live Minopa Matsu and live a good life. After looking in all directions, they found the perfect candidate, a baby who they would then adopt for 7 years to learn and instill these teachings of love, respect, humility, honesty, wisdom, truth, and courage. After 7 years, the grandfathers instructed this young child now to teach the members of Earth, the Anishinaabe, the people, about the seven teachings or to forget them. Now, in today's world, we can think about these seven teachings and we can apply them to our own lives. It's also important to note that to truly practice wisdom, we must know and practice the other teachings in our life. And to practice honesty, we must also be practicing all teachings. So to truly embody and practice the seven teachings means to self-reflect and see where these teachings live in our life and how we commit or how we can commit to practicing these each day. To begin, find a comfortable position. Option to close down the eyes if that feels all right, or gently half lid the eyelids. Inhale in through the nose, expand belly. Sip at the top. One more sip, all the air in. Exhale, audible sigh out the mouth. Great job. One more time. Inhaling, expanding belly. Expand ribs in all directions. Lift the chest. Sip at the top. Exhale, audible sigh out the mouth. The first teaching we're going to explore is the teaching of love. So coming to find a child's pose, knees wide, toes close or touching. Walk those hands forward. Rest the body on the legs, on the mat, or on blocks beneath you. Finding a comfortable, relaxing child's pose might involve widening the knees so our belly can expand as we inhale. Might need to sit on a block, but finding a comfortable position here. The first teaching of love is taught by the eagle, who flies closest to Creator. The eagle reminds us to love ourselves, love one another. And when we love ourselves, we can better love all relations in a Wainduan, and vice versa. When we love our relations, it helps to foster that self-love within. As we sit, relax in this child's pose, setting a self-love intention. Let's take our hands, reach them towards the left side of the mat, stretching the right side body. As we think about that intention of self-love, might be an intention for acceptance. Perhaps there's something you want to do for yourself today. Bringing that intention to mind, walking hands over to the right side of the mat. Now stretching the left side body. Still low in our child's pose. And then coming back through center. Pushing hands into the mat, finding a tabletop position, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, gaze towards belly button. Inhale as we find our cow. Exhale, cat. When we think about love and yoga philosophy, we might think about the yama, the ethical guideline of ahimsa, or non-harming. How can we show ahimsa to ourselves and others? In our practice, this might mean listening to our bodies as to not hurt ourselves. In the real world, perhaps practicing a bit more compassion. Great job. Find a neutral spine. Left hand underneath the face. Inhale, right hand towards the ceiling. Exhale, lace right hand underneath that left arm. We're going to find a thread the needle. A gentle twist here, taking that left hand to support in the twist. Maybe taking left hand, finding a bind behind the body. But either way, finding a twist here. On your next inhale, push left palm into the floor. Reach right palm towards the sky. Exhale, plant the right palm down. Great job. Inhale, switch left hand reaches towards the sky. And exhale, thread that left hand underneath right arm. Left shoulder, left side of the head meets the mat. Right hand stays on the mat to support. Reaches for the sky or back to find a bind. On your next inhale, press that right palm into the mat. Lift left palm towards the sky. Exhale, plant that left palm. Great job. From here, we're going to tuck those toes, send the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. If this is your first down dog of the day, we might gently walk the dog by bending one knee at a time. But in our down dog, we want wide fingers. Push the mat away, making the upper back as big as possible. Great job. Let that head hang nice and heavy. Reaching sit bones towards the sky. Great job. See how that changes that stretch in the hamstrings. Eventually, over time, working to get those heels towards the mat. Great job. Couple breaths here. Exhale, audible sigh out the mouth, release. Great job. One more time. In through the nose. Belly expands. Exhale, audible sigh, release. Great job. On your next inhale, step, walk, jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Bend in the knees. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head, coming to find our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Great job. Feeling the feet grounded, lifting the toes, placing them back down. Reflecting on the next teaching of respect. Respect for oneself and respect for others. A highly respected animal is the bison, who comes along with this teaching to teach us to respect the land that we live on. Mother Earth and bison for many years lived and still live in reciprocal relationship, where the bison would care for the land would care for the bison. As we reflect on respect, we might come to think about santosha, contentment. Although we can always strive for more growth, an attitude of being content and grateful where we're at now can help the journey be a little bit easier. One more breath in stillness. As you exhale, release your troubles down through your feet to Mother Earth. She knows what to do to recycle that energy into a new. Inhale, circle sweep hands above head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can slide up the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Option to bend the knees throughout this. Inhale, circle sweep hands above head. Exhale, hands down through heart center. A half sun salutation for ourselves. Now one for the last generation or the generations before us. Inhale, circle sweep hands above head. As you exhale, forward fold in gratitude to those from the past. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep hands above head. Exhale, hands down through heart center. One more half sun sal for the next generations. Inhale, circle sweep hands above head. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold in gratitude for those to come. Inhale, circle sweep hands above head. Gratitude for the 7th generation. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Great job. Ground down through the left foot. Inhale, right foot to the sky and aim out. Exhale, step it back. High lunge warrior. Hips facing forward, back heel lifted. Great job. We're going to work to bend into that front leg, straighten out the back. Thinking about our next teaching of honesty, being honest with ourselves. Are we bringing our heat? Are we trying our best while still listening to our body? Great job. Breathing here. Exhale a little bit deeper. Great job, Sabe. The Sasquatch teaches us about honesty. And the elders say that when we're being honest with ourselves and others, our spirit is as big as Sabe. Great job. Inhale, release up to the top of the mat. Ooh, building up some heat. Let's shake it out. Great job. Ground down through the right foot. Inhale, left foot into the sky, knee mount. Exhale, step that foot back, high lunge warrior. Back heel lifted, hips forward, bending into that front knee. Great job finding preferred arm variations. When we think about honesty in yoga philosophy, we might think about asteya or non-stealing. So not stealing physical objects, but also not stealing others' ideas, words as our own, and the like. Being honest requires that self-reflection piece and continuous learning and growth, just as all teachings. One more exhale, a little bit deeper. Great job. One more breath together. One more exhale together. Inhale, step to the top of the mat. Great job, my friends. Let's shake that out. We're going to bring a little bit more heat to the legs. Inhale together. Exhale, sit the hips back, find our chair, hands towards opposite shoulders or reaching up towards the sky. Great job in our chair. We're going to reflect on wisdom taught to us by the beaver. The beaver knows that each animal has its own unique gift, and the beaver's gift is to create, to build. Let's find prayer hands. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, finding a twist. right elbow towards that right knee, left knee, or perhaps reaching in opposite directions. Now, as we twist here, thinking about the beaver and how it knows to use its teeth. If it weren't to use its teeth to create and build dams, its teeth would actually keep growing and lead to its demise. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding a little bit deeper. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Great job. Coming to find a chair. We're going to twist in the opposite direction. Left elbow towards left knee, or right, perhaps reaching in opposite directions. The beaver reminds us we each have our own unique gifts to share with the world. Inhale to center. Exhale, forward fold. Staying in this forward fold. Great job. In my Anishinaabe culture, if we have a gift to give to others, we always give it. This is the same with information, education, and gifts. Whatever we have, it's a disservice not to share with others, to keep that within. So your friendly reminder to share your gifts in the world. Let them shine. Great job. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. And exhale, hands down through heart center. Finding that mountain pose, another opportunity to reflect on that self-love intention. We're about halfway done and you're doing amazing. Keep it up. As we transition, reflecting on wisdom to humility. One yogic principle that we can relate to is the niyama, the personal ethical guideline of Ishvara Pranidhana. Surrender to something greater, going with the flow, or trusting in the divine. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high or low plank. Yogi's choice, again, high or low plank. As these asanas, these shapes get challenging, we can find our anchor, our breath. A reminder that we never want to give up the breath for the shape that our bodies are making, the asanas, and that we want the breath to come first. Great job. Starting to shake, building that heat, trying to find our edge. One more breath together. Exhale, as slow as you can, lower down. Keep those elbows in towards the body. Great job. Make a little pillow for your cheek. And just look in one direction, allowing the cheek to rest against the hands, perhaps taking the toes in, heels apart. As we reflect on humility taught by the wolf, we're reminded that we all have different roles in life, and each role is important. No role is better than the other. And true humility recognizes that we are all equals at an energetic level. As with the wolf and its many roles, you might be the protector of the pack, the leader of the pack, or the nurturer of the pups. But regardless of the role in your life, know that it's important, and we all play an important part in this web of life. Let's take our gaze in the opposite direction, allowing the body to rest here. In yoga philosophy, when we think about humility, we're reminded that if you can do the pose, great. If you can't do the pose, great. It's not about whether you're able to do the pose, but the effort and the learning, the benefits attained throughout and on the journey. We're going to move towards our next set of shapes, our back strengthening asanas. Hands underneath the shoulders, feeling the contraction in the back. Muscles heating up. Zip the legs and the feet together. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs, finding a little bit of resistance here in the back, feeling the weight of our body resting against the mat. Great job. Option to stay here with hands supporting, option to try lifting them into the air. Great job. Inhale, find a little more space. Exhale, gently lower to the mat, making that pillow gazing towards one direction. Toes splay in, heels splay out. Feeling the body rest against the mat, against Mother Earth supporting us. Finding a neutral gaze. Second variation option again for a locust variation. Inhale, reach the chest, reach the legs off the mat. Perhaps reach the hands behind you, maybe clasping them, opening up the chest. Option for locust, option to reach back for those ankles. Flex the feet, inhale, push the feet into the hands, finding a bow. Again, if you can do the posture, great. If you can't do it, great. It's not about that. It's about the effort. It's about what we learn along the way. It's about expanding our comfort zone, pushing against those edges in a kind and compassionate way, but allowing us to grow. Great job. One more inhale. Exhale, wherever you're at, slowly lower down. Whew. This time, gaze in the opposite direction. Feeling the heartbeat coming into the body, coming into the present moment. Inhale, fill up the belly. Exhale, side out. Great job. From here, we're going to Superman right arm above us. We're going to roll onto our backs. Great job. Shimmy, find your way back onto the mat. Perfect. My bun's a little bit in my way, but it's acting as a nice little pillow. From here, we're going to take those knees, bring them into the chest. As we think about yoga and how it can increase our comfort zone, both on and off the mat, we think about courage and the courage it takes to care for ourselves and our relations, the courage it takes to put yourself first at times, the courage it takes to be responsible for your own healing, knowing that when we heal ourselves, we heal our ancestors, we heal the future ancestors as well. In all lines, past and present, energetically, healing is universal. Another set of shapes or asanas that take a lot of courage is the inversions. Now, inversions are any shapes where our hips are above our heart and head. So we're going to practice legs up the wall or shoulder stand, maybe taking a block underneath the sacrum and glutes. We're going to lift those feet into the sky. You might have a wall that you can do this against. Really great to do to get the blood flowing. Really great restorative and relaxing shape for before bed as well. From here, you might stay in this legs up the wall variation, or you might find a shoulder stand, bringing the elbows against the mat with a little bit of momentum, sending the hips to the sky, catching the low back, and finding shoulder stand. Now notice I can still talk, my neck isn't bent, but the bend is in the shoulders. Using the arms to hold us up can help with the stand. Exhale, we're going to release that. Great job. Find a dead bug. Reach the hands, reach the feet, both towards the ceiling, feeling the hands, legs get heavy. Thanking yourself for being courageous, for showing up today. Courage and its teachings are taught by the bear, especially the mother bear who is courageous and does anything she can to protect her cubs. We can emanate this kind of courage in our own lives, on and off the mats as well. And exhale, we're going to release that asana. Releasing the blocks. Bring the right knee into the body, extending the left foot out, finding a wind relieving pose. Might feel nice to stay here in stillness or gently sway, gently move that knee, that hip side to side. Great job. From here, keep that left knee bent in towards the body. We're going to take that left knee splayed over top of the body, finding a gentle twist. This might be preferred. You might come back to the center, bring both knees in, and then twist. Gazing towards the ceiling or in the opposite direction that your knees are facing. Finding a comfortable, relaxing, restorative shape here. Letting both shoulders rest on the mat. If you have blocks nearby, you might take a block, prop up those knees just to allow the body to fully relax. We don't want any muscles holding us up here. Inhale, release, knees travel back over the body. This time, right leg extends, left knee in towards the body. Wind relieving pose. Option to stay still, option to find some gentle movement. From here, finding your preferred twist, taking right knee over to the right side of the mat, or perhaps from center, bringing both knees up, bringing both knees over to the right. Looking towards the sky or in the direction, the opposite direction that your knees are facing. With every exhale, let the body relax. With every exhale, let it rest a little bit more into the mat. On your next inhale, bring knees back into chest. Doing any last movements that might feel good in the body before we find our final resting posture, our Shavasana. Maybe windshield wiping the knee side to side. Maybe finding a happy baby, bringing feet towards the sky, reaching hands towards the outside of the calves, ankles, or feet. Gently rocking side to side. Finding a gentle back massage. Or in stillness in our happy baby, bringing that sacrum, the low back, to meet the mat. Perhaps there's other moves your body's asking for, other shapes, finding whatever you need to settle into some stillness. And then when you're ready, bringing the legs straight, finding a comfortable lying down position, palms facing up, adjusting the body to really find comfort here and relaxation. Closing down the eyes. Inhale in through the nose, expanding the belly. Exhale, side out. Great job. One more like that. In through the nose. This time, sip at the top. One more sip. Exhale, audible sigh out. Great job. As we come into stillness, bringing attention to the self-love intention we said at the beginning of this practice. Thanking yourself for showing up. Thanking the ancient and modern teachers of yoga. Thanking the medicine that is yoga and movement and mindfulness and stillness. Reflecting on our last teaching of truth, taught by the turtle who has many truths and many teachings on her back, such as the 13 moons, the 13 shapes on her shell. In yoga, we can think about the Nyama, Satya, or truthfulness, being true to ourselves, and in turn the world around us. Reflecting on the 7 teachings, I invite you to think about one to cultivate more of in your life. Again, the 7 teachings are love, respect, honesty, wisdom, humility, courage, and truth. Which teaching are you being called to cultivate a little bit more time and energy into? In the Shavasana, the spinal resting shape, let your body be held by Mother Earth, feeling the backs of the heels, the calves, the legs, the glutes, the back, the arms, perhaps the back of the head. Bringing mindfulness to the sensation of heaviness, relaxing the body. Staying here as long as you'd like, or finding some gentle movement, perhaps wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, reaching hands above head, finding a nice stretch, and in your own time, in your own way, finding a comfortable seated position. Miigwech, thank you all so much for practicing with me. And if you haven't already yet, make sure to like and subscribe so we can practice yoga together weekly.